Stranded has a weapon which is pretty good. It's basically the Hyperion of Stranded. It's pretty OP. I'm just gonna show it right now. Basically, well, there's two of them. There's the Ink Wand and the Yeti Sword. The Ink Wand does more damage, but the problem is it has a 30-second cooldown, so you can't really use it very fast or efficiently. And then the Yeti Sword has only a 1-second cooldown, so you can spam it pretty well. You just need the mana regen. It costs 250 mana, so it's pretty expensive. Ink Wand is only 60, so it's basically free, but the cooldown, like I said. So I'll just show you the base damages right now on some random mob. Here's the Zealot. For the Ink Wand, it does 540k with no armor on, just some random necklace or whatever. And the Yeti Sword, I'll do it to an Enderman again, just to show. This one does 361k, so Ink Wand is about, I would say, a 50% increase from the Yeti Sword, but it has a super long cooldown, as I said. And if I put on my mage set, which is really weird, it's a Warden Helm because that affects mage damage. And then it's actually half Reaper because Reaper has the most intelligence on Stranded. And then Final Destination Boost because it's my second best mage, and I can't use Reaper because the full set bonus means if I use 3/4, then I would only do 1% damage to other mobs. So let me put this on, and then I have over 2000 mana. I have, the right accessory bag, whatever. There you go. Excited. And now I'll do another damage test on an Enderman again, if I can find one. Before it was 360k. Now it is 770k, and the Ink Wand is 1.4 mil. So that's a pretty big increase, but we're not over yet. We can actually almost triple the damage or even more with this funny little tool called the Prismarine Blade, which is kind of even more important than the Yeti Sword itself. If we didn't have this, we would not be able to do tier 4 Enderman most likely. Anyways, the Prismarine Blade is just a random weapon, and it has a silly little passive where it deals plus 200% damage in water, which you would think, that's weird, but you're not hitting it with the Prismarine Blade, so what would that do? Well, if you guys played in 2019, you might remember something called sword swapping. And for some reason, with the mage attacks and then swapping to Prismarine Blade, it transfers over the dealing damage while in water. So I can do even more damage if I'm in water with my Yeti Sword attack, if I shoot my attack and then switch to Prismarine Blade before the attack lands. Also, let me just switch to Sheep Pet, and then I'll show you the damage with Sheep Pet, of course, just so that you can see how big of a difference it is and how insane it is. So with the Yeti Sword, there it is, over 1 million damage. Ink Wand, I'll just shoot this random skeleton. There, 1.7 mil, as you can see. Now, let me spawn this. I'll just do a tier 3 real quick because, it's faster and less annoying than a tier 4. And I can't really do a tier 4 consistently yet, but whatever. Here we are. As you can see, it has 50 million HP. And what I have to do is I use my Yeti Sword and then swap to the Prismarine Blade to do 200% more damage. So swap to the Prismarine Blade as I do it, and it does 3 million damage. Basically, it triples the damage. And it's even better if I use my Ink Wand. Here we are, 31 million HP by Prismarine swap with my Ink Wand. There you go, 5.3 million damage. And basically, I can do 3 million DPS. Oh, there's a beacon. Whatever, I died. You guys get the idea. It does 3 million damage a hit, and I don't even have a good setup. If you get an Implosion Belt, which I'll just show you real quick. Implosion Belt, it increases all explosion damage dealt by 25%, and that does impact the Yeti Sword, so I can do, if I had good magic power, Implosion Belt, whatever, I could probably be doing 5 million damage per hit, which is pretty crazy. And that's around 5 to 10 million DPS, which is pretty good if I do say so myself. It's basically a Hyperion, but on Stranded. The Yeti Sword is pretty underrated, especially if, you Prismarine Blade swap.